going back to where the beach is near, the beer is dear, there's plenty of women out the crack. Walking
here we are in the final second, the whistle is gone, and Sligo Rovers are the champions.
By the riverside, you can watch the tide as it flows.
No, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Very tight and drives it clean out over the fence. Out in there, he's the corner.
In the bookie shop, I done.
Hello, welcome to the Sligo podcast. Joined again by Ross and Ronan. This will be a very rough and ready, quick half an hour for you.
Record low time, it's nobody's happy here.
Ronan was drowning in the sorrows after the match yesterday, and me and Ross had a wedding, so not much sport to be talked here today. There wasn't much sport on though, lads, was there? The storms really.
Was there two different storms? What was the two names?
There was three.
Was there? Eunice was one, no?
Eunice, Dudley, the Dudley brothers.
Like Dudley. I know what the one last night was the fucking worst. Whatever that was.
That just crept up like there was a storm. Like apparently there was a warning. That walk home last night was treacherous. Like. I know it's not great at the best of times, but like not even drink related. It was.
Imagine walking out of base and like you put your kebab to your mouth and it's just blowing away.
And it could have been last night too.
So yeah, the GA, the Sligo Cavan game was called off, and then of course
Both of our games were called
rugby
off.
was called off, and most of the soccer, I say, apart from just the Astro games.
The Astro games were called. Yeah, I think it was only games played just on Astro.
Where was the Enniscrone and Killarney game played?
That was in McSharry before again.
It was all Astro.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, it was all Astro. Yeah,
a very quiet weekend on the sporting fields, so around Sligo. So we're going to go straight at it, lads. We're going to a few questions we have sent in. And then we'll do our usual wrap-ups and we'll get the hell out of here.
That's it. Okay, doke.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me.
Okay, Mr. Burns. What's your first name?
I don't know.
Okay, actually a few bits in, lads. So we'll...
Thank God.
Thank God. God bless you all. Do you want to go first, Ross? I think you've something from...
Well, mine really wasn't a question, but it was more of a shout out for the
filler
from David McGurn, just to highlight the developments there. Sligo Rowing Club have been granted planning permission for a boathouse. Big improvements in the current setup. So, and they're fundraising for a defibrillator at Dorley Park. So we'll share a few of those details, and just also to let you know that there's a social rowing scene there as well.
Social rowing.
So just to take it up, I suppose, and chuck the oars around, you know.
there's been another thing we could say we'll do, but we'll never actually do. Yeah. We'll join the rowing club.
Yeah. So David's going to find someone from the club to come on and spread the word of the rowing scene in Sligo. So
very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Good man, so, David. Get that.
You're lining up an old rowing interview, are you?
A rowing interview, basically. That's it.
Very good.
Well, if anyone from the rowing club wants to get in touch,
yeah. Do. You can ring Ross, and he's our DM man. Slide in if you want either. Mert,
as you can see, we're struggling here with content today, so we'll take anything. But I have a shout out in Burke. It's more. Well, it's not. It's again more of a statement than anything else. But it's just for you two lads at the wedding. He wanted to give a big shout out to a new character that you met from the town, both of you, I believe. And he just wanted to quote a Danny Monaghan, just saying he left the hill at 15 and a half to join the Navy. Worked the Queen Elizabeth from Southampton to New York. Seen it all, son.
Yeah, so one of the greatest characters I've ever met over the weekend. Took a shine to him straight away, and he goes, "You look like something that fell out of Milani's window." 2 seconds into it, never met him in my life, and one of the greats, 81-year-old Danny Monaghan from Sligo.
I wonder, where do you reckon the dance floor staff's rating would have ranked in the things you've seen over the course of his life?
You reckon there was a carpenter being rang to fix the dance floor?
What was the circus quote?
He said, I met him the next morning at breakfast. It was like, he goes, I thought I was at Foss's Circus when I went by the dance floor. A fella somersaulted me one stage, and this buck went by doing a wheelbarrow.
Do any of you I met yesterday were worse for it now? John Belly was bruised all over.
Yeah, I have a few.
Well, John Belly was very dangerous now. He damaged Owen McHugh.
He'd done slide tackles on the dance floor.
The lone wolf.
Lacerations myself on my back. But yeah, good fun, and that was a good statement type question. Shout out to Sligo character, he's sweet.
Yeah, well, that's what we're all about here.
That's what we're all about here, the characters. Question here from who's it? Richard Anderson, Dickie Anders. With the bad weather over the weekend and the rain and the pitches being rain sodden. Who was the player who really came into their own on the heavy sod, but maybe when the sod was dry, it wasn't as good? So who would have been standing out in this type of weather?
Yeah, well,
Who's a winter footballer, a winter rugby player?
I go first with that one, and I have to give the shout out to the only Bart Folan for that one.
Yeah?
Really, yeah. No use when the day was dry and the pitch was hard, but geez, on a day when it was pouring rain, muddy, bad to be in there around your face, So yeah, he'd probably get my vote, and he'd happily take that vote too, I'd say.
Compliment. You think? Jesus.
Let's give a shout out to big Jamie Bowes, I suppose. Man, the size 14 shoes. He's able to get around the pitch still when there's a lot of mud on it, Them big propellers he has.
It's tough to lift the legs in it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Tiring. I enjoy the bad weather myself, actually.
Yeah, suiting
my attacking, pick and drive style play.
Nothing worse than a baking hot day and the place rock hard.
Yeah, you used to get scalded in Melbourne the whole time. Every fucking game, you put the sunblock on, no matter what. You're always got done with the sun.
Who was your favourite heavy soda player? Text 0833530. That's the number, isn't it? Don't text that number. What's up next?
All right, I'll go.
Sorry, I'm not.
I will. So again, we have a couple of statements rather than correspondence in there today.
Actually, no,
musings.
Malachy, this is kind of not sport related, but I suppose what we're just talking about. Malachy McGang was in. Malachy from Grange there. With Nefet disbanding, is it time for Med Éireann to go too?
Possibly. They missed the big one last night now.
What about, they're under no pressure, are they? You know what I mean? They're not really held to
There's no rival. There's no rival company. There's no rival in the market, in the weather market.
Coming to the office on Monday, fucked up the weather there all weekend.
I tell you, fucking Phil O'Malley still compliment them non-stop on Twitter. Loves a good forecast.
But you're bad like that, the Donegal Weather Channel guy.
He's a bit of a character.
But
Virgin TV3. What is it? That fella. I know the book you're on about.
But he seems to kind of he gave a red warning yesterday, which kind of he was calling it a red warning where Med Éireann weren't. Med Éireann were way off yesterday now.
Yeah, it was rough last night.
And if they'd called a red warning, our match probably wouldn't have been fucking played. But
that's true enough. Never know history. Where would history went?
So yeah, I agree. I'm going to agree with Malachy's statement. It is time for Med Éireann to go.
Med Éireann.
What about it? It's great. COVID's gone. It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Great relations. Hopefully, we can put that chapter to bed for a while.
Yeah, people just seem to
till the next variant.
Yeah, people do seem to have forgotten about it. It's still there though. It's still there, lurking around.
Yeah. Right, Ross. Who's on the Twitter there?
No, there's another question there about. Well, actually, after the horrendous weather conditions from Ryan Lynch 141. After the horrendous weather conditions yesterday in McSharry Park, can the lads recall a match they've played in or been at worse conditions? We'll go to the second part of the question, but we'll jump into that part first.
I remember playing Quayside at Clare, I think. A proverbial game of two halves up in Mitchell Curley Park, and the goals blew over. Actually blew over. The goalkeeper could have been killed. He actually just blew over and kind of blew. But funny on that one as well. When Mike McDermott was playing with us, with brother Dermot, and a corner at one stage, and the ball was blown. So Dermot was just watching the game, and he ran down and lay on the ground, the finger on the ball. The ref, will you get away from the ball?
Was Mickey taking the corner?
He was taking the corner, yeah. And he ran down to hold the ball from him.
There was actually just a game I just came into my head there of being at. When he at the Atlanta Cup final 2014, where it rained, that famous one where Rovers. That was absolutely. I don't know how that game.
The sliding photo.
Photo at the end. That was horrendous. And actually, a shout out to the cup, that shitty cup final against Fingal.
Oh yeah.
That was a cold day. Tala seems to be a cold spot anyway, but that was a particularly bad day.
Two ones I think. About 15, 16 years ago when Sligo would have still been in the junior league, we were playing Monivea in Monivea, and it's just always horrendous conditions down there. But this was worse than usual, and there was torrential rain. It was for some reason it was a nighttime match, a Friday night match, which was very very rare back then. It was some cup match. We got bet off the pitch as well, but we had a French fella over from Toulouse playing with us, Thomas Darcel. I remember him to this day.
Tommy D.
Yeah, he was a sevens player, had come over, we used to dry pitches and whatnot, and this fella was lightning quick on a dry pitch, of course, but this was the opposite. So the ball didn't go to him once, so he was just standing on the wing, torrential rain, and you have to hop. There's a container for a changing room in Monavale. Like there's no enclosure or anything, so you have to hop over a fence at half time to get into this container. And he was just there. His 2 arms are limp, and he was just kind of like shouldering the fence, trying to like make movements. So the fella had to be picked up and put over the container, and he didn't put him back on for the second half. Another funny one. It was I think it was one of Conor Mitchell's. It was Conor Mitchell's last game before he retired. One of our long-serving players there. And he was going for a kick. This is just the same week that John Muldoon kicked his conversion for Connacht in his last match. So it was all the rage. So Conor Mitchell was going to kick I don't know if it was a penalty or conversion. Anyways, as his last act in a Sligo player. Bad weather now. Not a bad old kick. Just the left hand side. You would have said it would have been a better kick for him to get as a prop. But Ewan Brown was called up to put the finger on the ball and surely brought the ball forward, like pulled it forward before the kick went over. And Mitchell just made absolutely sliced made a bollocks of himself. But obviously it was fucking Ewan fucked up. So it was a dirty dirty act from Ewan now.
Very good.
You, Andy?
No, second part to that question.
Oh, the second part to the question, actually, yeah. Just 2 other things here now. They're kind of related to you. Secondly, on any chance of an impromptu sing-along on the pod led by Edo, rumour has it he does a wonderful meatloaf impression.
It's not an impression, it's just a tribute. It's a tribute to the great man who...
It was a heartfelt tribute, actually.
I liked him. I usually kind of laugh at a few celebrity deaths, but not Loaf. It hit me hard.
You had a Loaf concert, were you?
It was, yeah, and Staff was there when he was 10 years old, yeah. Love the Loaf. Love him.
They did nice. Well, you were on the mic last night, but...
You give us a few bars now, will you?
2 of the 3 in bad. No, I won't. I done it with the wedding band and with Huey Lowry last night, so it's been sang the last 2 nights.
We'll do it at the live pod.
I will. I'll give
and
it
there's, the live pod, and then the other one was from Mark.
Of course, me and you, Ross, had a go at singing a song once.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it recording it?
It doesn't exist.
They're Feed the World.
No.
The Sligo way.
You'd gone on hiatus. We didn't know you were.
Hiatus. He stormed off
to a neighbour's house.
So myself and the Buck tried to wrap up the show. I was about 12 cans deep, and Guy about 15 pints of Guinness, and we started singing this song.
That's in the vault, never to be listened to.
I'd love to hear that.
The other question here for you is from Mark Alton, and surely Edo must introduce the Ken Barlow chant if he hasn't already.
It's an old Barlow chant. It just goes through where he...
where he said it like a triple.
So it's, he don't drink in the Wolf Pack, cause that's Emmerdale. He don't drink in a Sue Bar, cause that's Hollyoaks. He don't drink in the Queenbeck, cause that's EastEnders. He drinks in the Rovers, cause that's on Corrie. Ken Barlow. And you keep going.
I think I had a good few auditions in the Shoguns as well. It was a favourite.
It's a cracker. And of course, then there's the Viva Ken Barlow chants, but they're rude. Take a bit of it rude.
That'd be a good one for the show. The crowd can get into that one. The Viva Ken Barlow chant.
Viva Ken Barlow. What was it?
He's
got the biggest feet in Coronation Street. Viva Ken Barlow.
2003 to 2005 was like peak for chants been made up. Like there was,
try and clip that into our intro music.
That's it for the
correspondence.
Questions. We might. We must mention. So, 1st of April could be locked in. Could it for the show?
Yeah, 1st of April. Fingers crossed.
Must just check Wolves are playing that night or something.
Do
anything.
So 1st of April, we are going to do it, folks. Don't be getting worried. We're not going to back out.
Run off into the sunset with that money.
Like what was the guy's name who sold the monorail to Springfield?
Lyle Langley. Or Ricky Jones, of course, for a more local.
We really have to try and just do a docu-series on that.
Oh,
John Madigan's been requesting us to...
George Gibney
thing.
Yeah.
Where is Ricky Jones?
Where is Ricky Jones, yeah.
Speaking of Ian Burke, he named his dog after Ricky Jones. The dog is called Ricky Jones.
He calls it Ricky Jones. So he's calling it. He goes, Ricky Jones.
Ricky Jones, yeah. It's like, if I was asking him, how's the dog? It's, how's Ricky Jones? Like, is that Ricky? Or...
No, that'll be unreal. We'll put that to our list of ideas that we never do. Radio, what are we going to do next?
We'll just go back with... Do you have rugby?
I'll just give the updates, yeah.
Right, go on, go over rugby, so.
Okie doke.
He's made 5, 6, 7 yards. The great bullock of a man, this fella.
Okay, welcome to the rugby section with Ross. Ross, go. Games were called off the weekend, I suppose, to start there.
Yeah, well, I'll actually start the week before. I don't think we did a pod, just to give an update. We played Buccaneers in the Connacht Cup semi-final. We lost that game 22 points to 5. A very injury-hit Sligo team. with a lot of the new combinations, with a lot of people missing with a few people missing with COVID as well. So we were down to the bare bones. It was 10-5 at half time to us. We were in the game. Ryan Feely scored a nice try. In the second half, we just ran out of steam, and Buccaneers got a couple of late scores. It was a competitive game throughout. So Buccaneers now into the final against Ballina in the sports grounds on Paddy's Day. Some good performances. It was actually a lot of good individual performances in the game, but it's just as a team we didn't really function well. Owen Ryan came in and had one of his best games for the club, and Kuba back to his best man of the match performance for us, picked up the players' vote. Our junior team went to Tuam to play in a relegation playoff match, lost that match, which put us into the match this weekend against Monterey, which is a win and stay up, lose and go down match. So, as I said, it was one of those weekends that I've actually never had as many text messages and phone calls and not a ball passed. It was just, I suppose, the Blackrock game was called off on the Saturday, or the pitch, the snow. The pitch was fine on Friday evening, and we were said, everything's good to go. Told the IRFU. Then Saturday morning, that burst of snow was unexpected.
Yeah.
So the pitch was unplayable, still unplayable on Sunday. So, and then on the Sunday, the junior match, it was touch and go. It actually passed a pitch inspection on Sunday morning, and then Monterey rang to say that the roads were too dangerous in Monterey and that they weren't coming down.
They took them in, did they?
They took the roads into Monterey. So I'll just give an apology to. Well, actually, I'm not apologising, but I'll acknowledge.
You weren't happy with them.
Gary O'Hare and Michael McMorrow, who at Stafford's wedding Saturday night, didn't drink.
And went home early.
They
were on the drink yesterday.
No, they made up for it yesterday now, yeah.
But they didn't on Saturday night because of the game on Sunday. There was no decision made.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sorry about that, lads. So
that's Med Aaron's fault. Red warning.
Yeah. This is the weather, lads. Med Aaron, yeah. So waiting to see what the situation is now. The Blackrock game will either be played on the 12th of March or the 19th of March, but that's a crucial game for us. We were the only game that didn't go ahead in our division. We're still on 6th place and 33 points. Blackrock just above us. This weekend we travel to Ballina for a local derby, which is a must-win game for us now, because if we lose this weekend, we could actually start to lose the touch and distance to the top four. So this is a real pivotal game for us. We need to go and get a result and get back in the saddle again. We've got a few lads back from injury, so it'll be a lot stronger team this weekend. So that is the rugby review. Let's get the points this weekend.
Yeah. So I was going to say back GA, but there's no GA. Nothing this week for me, lads. Nothing this week for me.
At all?
No. What?
Who was I going to play next week?
Don't know. What's there to talk about?
Nothing.
Mayo had a lovely win, didn't he?
Fuck me up. No, I'm not going to come back on AGA. Pitch was waterlogged and it's called off, so we'll come back with Murty in the soccer. Okay, Murty, we'll go with Rovers first in your wrap-up. First of all, the first game of the season called off on Saturday.
Do you know when I kind of thought when there was a pitch inspection announced on Thursday before Saturday, kind of thought it might be in trouble then, alright, but then obviously similar to the rugby, that belt of snow we got on Saturday morning must have called it off. Good few Bows fans actually made the trip anyway.
I seen someone tweeted that they're in sing songs in the Snug.
Foley's. I think they were in. The boys were saying they're in the Belfry on Saturday night as well. So
all right,
they had a good. Sure, it'd be a great weekend away for fellas like that.
Yeah,
you know. But the game's called off. Bit disappointing, alright. But I suppose it gives the new lads that we've signed a bit more of a chance to bet in.
And there's been a few since the last one. You announced one here live on the podcast.
That rumour worked out very well, didn't it? That was old Nando. So hopefully Nando's settling in. And then we signed Max Mata, who appears to be a forward, New Zealander. And also, what's his name? Oh yeah, Jordan Hamilton. Who comes? Someone was telling me. I met Manus McDermott actually. He was saying when he was in Canada that he watched this buck play for Toronto the year they won the MLS. So did they win the MLS? Anyway, I'm not sure, but he couldn't remember him. But he had watched him play anyway.
He's a blue tick on Twitter, and he's in town today taking photos. He said Sligo's a lovely town.
Yeah.
He took a photo of Rocco Parade and
something of
Town Hall, was it?
Yeah.
I recognise that.
Yeah, the Town Hall's a nice building actually.
Yeah. So welcome to the lads. So
two
a defender and two attacking players.
A defender and two attacking players. Yeah. So all of a sudden, we've got a random kind of squad. All of a sudden,
very typical Rovers squad.
Yeah. But it's exciting.
How many Kiwis in the squad now?
2.
3, 2.
Reese is
Reese is gone. Sorry, yeah.
2.
We might send in a few to my Joey. You can send us.
Yeah,
the
well,
Brazilians,
they can have our Brazilians. We'll take the Kiwis. We won't. We love you guys. We'll keep you.
So 2 tough fixtures there this week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a. I was just thinking today, not that like the Bulls game was easy, but it's kind of nice to kick off at home. Now you're under pressure, kicking up away to Pats.
2 away games in a row now in a
Yeah.
week. Do you know, it's shit actually, so it is. So yeah, away to Pats on Friday, away to Derry on Monday. And then like the following Saturday you've Dundalk at home. It's a fucking shit start really when like the Bulls game, you know, you can get bounced off with a win. It kind of really sets the tone, but geez, there are three tough games
bit of
now.
credit in the bank, like if you win that, even if you do drop a few points. But the pitch is an issue, is it?
We're saying that, Jen. What I heard was that the pitch was sanded in mid-January, and then we had that unseasonable lack of rain in January.
Yeah.
So the sand actually never bedded in properly into the pitch. So, like I assume, I don't know, like you know, the pitch is always, I think, pretty immaculate in the last couple of years or so. So I just think that it must have just been a freak occurrence when they laid the sand that it didn't bed back in properly. But you know, maybe not playing last week because it's going to be the 11th of March.
We'll to get some sand off our friends broken concrete.
yeah, for topsoil,
top dress and soil, and to do stables now in Horsham. So
send us on some of that money, Raf.
They're the sponsor of our good friend RF.
Who's a big fan of the Sligo Leitrim League all of a sudden. He just be texting me looking for updates now of games. But
so Pats on Friday to kick it off.
Pats on Friday, Derry away next Monday.
Pats bet Shiles 3-0, isn't it?
3-0, yeah. Well,
see any of that?
No, what was I doing? So I must have been watching football on Friday. I can't remember anyway, but
Damien Duff's become kind of character in the league.
He is, yeah.
I
don't know. I think he's always been a bit like that, hasn't he? Do you remember that time when Ireland played Georgia and had the fans at the protest?
Yeah.
And he gave out about the fans protesting, even though they actually scored the free kick. Remember Horan buried the free kick just after the true tennis ball?
And the shite about the fucking remember the Liam Miller testimonial as well.
Yeah. He's I don't know. He does strike me as a kind of odd sort of character. So be interesting to see how he gets on. Now I think he's highly regarded as a coach.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
And so look, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. He's obviously a big name. It's good.
Duffer, go on the Duffer. Right.
So that's the Rovers really. Yeah.
So we'll get to the main event in the town. You're a disappointed man today, Marty. The top of the table class just didn't go your way.
Yeah, it was
2-1 to Carberry.
Yeah, strange game. I suppose the weather conditions were horrendous. I could just have to start off. So there was a huge wind blowing one way down the pitch, and we played with it in the first half. I thought, well, obviously with the conditions, I thought we had the better of the first half. Carberry, obviously, they're always dangerous. They're, you always, even like into a gale, they play some lovely football, to get up into our end of the pitch, and their 3 lads up top are always just such a handful. But we had a couple of chances. Nothing, now it wasn't. It was very, I think, I would have called it was like an edgy sort of game. I suppose there was a lot in the line for both teams. So, yeah, we had a couple of half chances, a couple of chances from corners. Mark Rooney made one good save. And then they scored just on the stroke of half time. So going in at half time, you're 1-0 down. You're kind of going, not like how has this happened, but like, you're into the wind. Literally from the kickoff, they made it 2-0. They're a great team for doing that. They score 1 goal. Yeah. They tend to get a second one on you very quickly. But literally from the kickoff. And then I think they were happy with their 2-0 to kind of let us come at them. Again, we were into the teeth of the wind. Had a lot of the ball without creating a whole pile. Then Jay Stevani got a great goal with 10 minutes to go. Set it up for a grand slam finish. A couple of half chances in that time, but it really was. It was hard. Like, I think both teams were now pretty out on their feet by the end of it. Yeah. But it was very hard in the second half to try and, we probably would have needed a lead at half time.
Especially with the conditions,
yeah. Now, I don't know, like, it's hard to know how Carberry would have played.
If they're behind.
If they're behind, yeah. Because they would have had the elements. They seemed to be quite happy to sit in once they went 2-0 up, while just trying to pick it off on the break. They were threatening as well, so they were in fairness to them. It's a good game of football. Like, amazing. Like, I'd say there's probably 200 people there on a day.
I was wondering, would the crowd affected with the...
It was definitely affected. Like, I was walking out chatting to Jason McCartney as we were walking out just before the game. And he was saying there was people saying to him before the game that he never would have thought would have went to a football match that were going to it. But obviously, just the way with the weather, obviously a lot of people didn't go. You've not much protection from the elements there. The showers were crazy. Like, there was 2 or 3 hail showers where lads were like running with the football covering their eyes. It was like, looking back on it now,
I didn't see outdoors for 2 days, so I don't
looking back on it now, maybe we I wouldn't probably say this because we lost, but maybe it could have been called off if we went to the rest before the game.
Well, you're never really going to get a game called off on Astro unless the warning comes.
Unless the warning, I don't know what the rest would have made of it, because like, it was wild. Like, it really was wild. Like,
Still a big crowd, though. It's good.
yeah, it was a huge crowd out there. There's obviously most of them. Like, it was funny because a lot of people were standing there at the dressing room that has a little bit of cover. But as the game kicked off, it filled up on both sides. So look, it's great to see. There's still a title race, I suppose. You know, it's kind of funny. We're still 5 points ahead. They've got 2 games in hand. They have 5 left to play. We have 3. So I suppose from our end, I suppose I try not to be biased on the podcast, but from our end, we just have to try and win the 3 games and see where it takes us. If something happens along the way, something happens along the way.
I suppose it's not as if you need Carberry to lose. A draw.
A draw does, yeah.
If you win your 3 games.
If we win our 3 games, we have 3 tough games as well.
Games, yeah. Starting Sunday morning as well, a tough one against Ahana.
Away at Ahana on Sunday
morning. They
morning.
didn't play against, I seen Strand Celtic award the points against
Strand Celtic awarded the points, yeah. Apparently, Strand were out there, I think both teams were ready to go 10 to 11, and the ref team's unplayable, so... Yeah, I haven't really heard anything since about that, but Strand were awarded the points.
That's setting precedence there, is it? Because I know Cliffney not a few weeks ago in Carberry, and Cliffney then they played, they're refixing the Wednesday night, so they must be feeling hard done by.
Yeah, I'd say they probably are. Yeah, I don't know. They're gone they're in a relegation match. They're actually, I think we've mentioned on the show, they're the longest standing team in the Superleague.
It'll be terrible to see them go.
It's gone very tight in the bottom of that league. Actually, we'll go through it now. So
I'll go through the results.
So there's only 4 games played with the inclement weather conditions.
Ballymote. Use of the word inclement.
Word, I was going to say.
Nice to throw in there. Yeah. Ballymote beat Tubber on Friday night. I think there was a bit of not controversy, but I think Tubber equalised in the last minute, but the ref had blown the full-time whistle or something.
What?
Now I wasn't at this game, but I think there was a corner floated in. And the keeper, sorry, just phone's going through my phone from yesterday. The keeper dropped the ball, but the ref had turned around and to blow the full-time whistle. No, I think I've seen a video since. I think he was fouled, but Tubber keeper ends up scoring.
The keeper
ends up scoring to level it in the last minute, and you'll see how important it is now. But yeah, it was the ref had blown the full-time whistle, so that was that. Tubber 1-2-1. Ballacinair, a great 5-1 win away to our Harps on yesterday morning. That must have been played on Astro, I'm not sure where. Then Strand awarded 3-0 victory over Ahana, and then Carberry 2, Cartron 1. So table as it stands, we've played 19 games, 46 points, 5 ahead of Carberry, who played 17 games, with Strand are now into 3rd on 40 points. Then MCO round off top 4. They're 8 points further behind Strand. Then the bottom, Merville, only 8 points. They're gone. But then second last, you've Ballymote, 17 points. Have played 18 games. Tubber of 18 points in third bottom. So third bottom goes into a playoff. Right. Second bottom gets relegated. Then Ahana are level with them on 18 points as well. Our Harps have 20 points. Cliffney have 20 points. I thought Cliffney were... So even Manor on 23 points aren't safe at the minute, do you know? So
that's mad.
It's great. It's actually
3 teams going up, or could possibly 3 teams going up.
So you have 2 teams, yeah. So 2 get automatically.
The third one, is it?
That's been the way now for 2. So you have 2 automatics, and then 1 go into that playoff spot. So, geez, all to play for at both ends of the Super League.
The other league is wild. A basket case.
A basket case. I don't know how to. I thought Killarney have blown it, I think, the last 3 weeks. St John's, I thought, would go on and win it handily enough. They lost to Drummond at the weekend. Colby, then you think would pick up the pieces. They're not.
And then the Scrone came from nowhere.
Yeah, and the Scrone all of a sudden, it's wild. And then Glenview were still sitting there, like it's mental. So at the weekend, Gertrude beat Ballygawley 5-2. I don't know if that's... I'm not sure if that's right. I'm just looking on the Comorta side here. I didn't know of that result. Anyway,
who's Gertrude?
Gertrude beat Ballygawley 5-2. I don't know if that's right. I'll have to check that again. Chatfield beat Benbulbin 3-0. Kilglass then beat Clanny in a classic and McSherry 5-4. I think Clanny were 3-0 up in that game. Carrick and Corey played out a 1-1 draw, and Drummond beat St John's 2-1 on Friday night. So that league, 18 points. John's are top, 18 games played, 36 points. Clanny are second, 17 games, 33 points. Collier third, 17 games, 32 points. And Scone have now moved up to fourth with games in hand over everybody on 30 points. And then Glenview are still in it with 27 points after 16 games as well. So I don't know who or how you'd call that one. But
it's Scone are the form team.
Scone seem to be the form team. Yeah, I think Gertrude, I think stopped. They were and Scone won a great run, and Gertrude stopped that a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, all sorts going on. So it's coming down to squeaky bum time in both leagues. Yeah, it's going to make an interesting few weeks. That Premier Division, I've been watching it all year. It's great entertainment now. So I went over to Ben Bulbin Killarney there.
Yeah, prediction right again.
Yeah, your prediction got right again. Yeah, so
I told you, it's on the fishing trip with the ball.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks in a row. You got that one right. So, but yeah, just great entertainment. Like Ben Bulbin had 2 lads up top, very good, and Killarney, I don't know what happened to them, but yeah, Ben Bulbin won 3-2, and then similar thing yesterday. Anybody who's at that game yesterday said it was a great game of football. So I'd advise anybody out there to go watch a few Premier Division games. They're good entertainment.
And we go through this weekend's fixtures.
Yeah, we'll go through the fixtures. We just mentioned first that best wishes to Strand and Ballastare, who were in the last.
They're flying the flag in the 16.
16, yeah, last 16 in Connacht Cup. Strand are away to Merview B, and Ballastare are at home to Merview A. Both them games are on Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully at least one of them can get through.
Refs after sending me a voice note. I think this is 1 second. Sorry.
I'm too great with your Father O'Malley.
I know what that is.
I don't know what he's on about. Right, so Super League. Ballymote, fresh off that big win over Tubber, play bottom side Merville United. I think that's on Saturday night, either in Ballastare.
Ballymote play Merville, sorry.
Yeah.
2-0 to Ballymote.
Yeah, that'll be big for him. That could lift him out of the bottom 3. Then Saturday night in McSharry, Caribbean home to Ira Harps.
Ira Harps about 5-1 last weekend with Ballastare. 6-0 Carberry.
6-0 Carberry.
Insult there, Harps boys, but it was tough to pick it up after a 5-1 last week.
We hit the road to Ballinafad to play Ahna Celtic on Sunday morning, 11 o'clock.
It's a very tough one. I'll show what kind of style and characters in here, boys. They will to bounce back. Like.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, Ahna now will be riled up, I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a very tough one. I think you might do a 2-1.
2-1, yeah. And then finally in Super League, Clifney are at home to MCR.
2-1 to Clifney.
2-1 to Clifney, yeah. Right, yeah, out there in the beach. Then in the Bananas division, Ballygawley are at home to Dromahare.
Oh, bit of a derby there, is it? 1 each.
The form team, Clonglass and Escone against everybody's second team, Chaffel United.
Tough day at the off for the Chaff boys. 4-0 to
4-0.
Yeah.
Right. Glenview at home to Gertrude.
2-0 Glenview.
Colliery at home to Valley Rovers.
3-1 Colliery.
And then Ben Bulbin are home to Carricktown.
Klein are playing.
I was saying that last.
2-2.
And then the biggest game in the division is first against second, St John's against Clady United.
Well, funny, you should say it, but I just chatting to St John's management last week, and they're ready to bounce back, they said, but Killarney won't be stopped. 1-0 to Killarney.
1-0 to Killarney. Here we go.
1-0
Here
Killarney.
we go. 1-0 Killarney in the big top of the table clash. So that's about it for football, I think.
Yeah.
In about 2 weeks' time, most of the leagues will nearly be over. Next time we're talking, it's it.
Yeah, it'll be close enough, won't it?
Will be. Yeah. Well,
Cups to start as well, though.
local cups to be played as well. Yeah. So.
Okay, Roscoe, we'll wrap it up, will we?
Wrap it up with that, yeah.
We mentioned Karen Sweeney / Mulroney ran 2 hours 41 in the Seville Marathon. I think it's the fastest run ever by a Sligo woman.
Really? Oh, wow.
And it placed her 38th all time on the the marathon list. Irish women. Yeah, it's pretty.
Really?
She only took up running like 5-6 years ago.
I missed this completely.
Jason would have been big into it.
Yeah.
So she just literally took it up. They got
2
married.
hours.
2 hours 41 minutes. It sounds outrageous to me.
Wow.
I don't think I'd drive it that quickly.
I'm meant to be doing a half marathon in a couple of weeks' time, but alas, it's not going to happen. Yeah, signed up for it and then blew the bloody calf / Achilles there. Did a month of training, went buck wild. Now I haven't been able to do anything for a month.
Anything else happening on the sporting fields, lads? We're a bit haphazard, I know.
Chasing the tail today a bit.
Yeah, back in 2 weeks, so hopefully we'll have a bit of I'll have some GA for you then.
We'll definitely have confirmed the live show.
Confirmed the live show by then, and it'll be rugby and soccer, and we'll know more of the tables and that, how they're going to pan out in year league, and know more where Sligo GA are heading to in the Division 4.
I just checked out, I know we don't have any GA talk, but I was just checking the odds now. They're 1 to 2 to be promoted.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking.
Leitrim losing, knocks Leitrim out for completely, really.
What I was thinking, but if the Cavan game had gone ahead, you see, Sligo would have been down with the loss. I think you might have got maybe back to even money on them or something, which probably would have been a good price. London. 3 wins out of 3.
3 out of 3. Sligo up them at home. No, there's a very good chance for promotion, I think.
Yeah.
So
I was looking. I know like the standard in Division 3 would be higher, but I just have a quick look at it. Like they're not that great.
There's not.
No.
Who's down there loud? Like
Yeah, like it's not, that's what I mean. Like Antrim are top now.
yeah.
Who's like would always be kind of.
Well, Sligo had a challenge game against Antrim just the week before the league, and I know I think I said it on the pod that people were worried, like they were kind of Antrim getting a bit of a beating, I think, but it shows Antrim aren't bad,
yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe it wasn't that bad of a thing. Like Fermanagh are on the way down. Like I don't think they're relegated, but they're not.
Yeah.
I don't dare as good as.
No, it's just kind of a lot of them things you look at. You kind of go, oh, geez, you know, you
There
beat
is,
them.
yeah. You can easily go. Look, I know Derry. They're heading towards Division 1. They were Division 4 2 years ago.
Yeah. They went all the way down to go all the way back up, didn't they?
So we'll be in Division 1 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, lads. Back fresher 2 weeks time.
I'm going back to where the beach is near, the beer is dear, there's plenty of women out the crack. Walking
Here we are in the final seconds. The whistle is gone, and Sligo Rovers are the champions.
By the riverside, you can watch the tide as it flows.
No, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Very right, and drive it clean out over the stand. Out in there, he's the corner. In the bookie shop, I done.